So then, Carl, a disappointing result in the grand scheme of things after a very good long and unbeaten run, but still another point on the board.
Yeah, mixed feelings in the camp tonight. Really, we're bitterly disappointed with the result because we know everybody associated with our club, players and supporters and management, know that we're expecting. We're expecting and needing maximum points really to keep in touch and put pressure on the teams around us. So from that point of view, it's disappointing. But then when you look at the grand scheme of things, really, I think that's 22 games now unbeaten with only 3 draws. That's an unbelievable run by anybody's standards, and the lads should be proud of themselves. In a run of games that long, you will draw games, you will lose games. Doesn't matter who you are. And today was a case of that really. We've created enough chances in the game to win 5 games. The ball doesn't want to go in for us. It certainly doesn't want to go in for Marco. Some inspired goalkeeping again by the Racing Club Warwick goalkeeper, who was fantastic. And you just have to say it's one of those days, and then you left ruin the start of the season again, really, because that game happens in the run of games we've had. That game, that result should be tolerable, and it's not. So we move on really. We learn from the season.
One of the remarkable things of the run has been the feature of it containing mainly wins. So a draw is something that's quite a foreign concept to a number of supporters.
Yeah, well, us too, really. I mean, I never really consider us to be a side that will ever particularly draw many games. I'm surprised how many games we have drawn this season, because I think we have such a goal threat. And at the start of the season, a bit of haphazard defending, I suppose. So I never really saw draws in us, but we've tightened up at the back. But the ball don't want to go in for us today, and we've still scored 2 goals in the game. Should have and could have scored a lot more. Should have won the game. But yeah, how critical and how hard on the players can you be? We weren't good today. We were too slow and laborious in possession. We weren't sharp enough. We didn't move the ball quickly enough. And that started right off the kick-off, really. Had a testimonial feel about it the first 5 minutes we got into the lads. But when you get in a groove of playing that way, it's hard to get out of it. So we weren't good today. I mean, I'm not saying we were good today, but we could have and should have won the game, and we didn't. But 22 games unbeaten, 3 draws. You're going to have games like that. 7 losses on the trot to start the season is what we look back on today. Again, it's not about today, it's about the start of the season. So as I say, we'll learn from this season, and really unlikely we can get back in the hunt, but we'll keep going, keep the unbeaten run. We're proud of that, and we're precious about it, and we'll keep pressing on with that. And if it turns out that it's not to be this year, which it probably won't be, we'll learn from it, and can assure everybody that we won't have a start to next season like we did this year.
Considering the gritty defensive effort by today's opposition, there was a remarkable amount of chances created, as you say.
Yeah, because we were the dominant team, and quite often, really, because of the quality we do have, we don't have to play fantastically well to dominate teams and to create chances. We were poor today. We weren't really necessarily that happy with our performance, but we were the better side and we were the dominant side, and there was only one side really that you look back and reflect on the game and miss chances that deserve to win the game. But sometimes that's just the way it rolls in football, and as I say, you take a block of 22 games, you're gonna have a game like that where the ball just doesn't want to go for you, and and you get suckered at the other end, and that was it today. We didn't lose the game. Our season's not going to be defined by today. It's not going to be defined by drawing with Pilkington Triple X. It's not going to be defined by drawing with Lichfield City. It's going to be defined by what happened in August and September. So.
It's been quite a funny weekend. It was somewhat ironic that today's man of the match from supporters was Luke Richards, the goal scorer. Any words on him today?
Well, he's fantastic, and he's been in and out this year a little bit more than we'd like, really, because he's found himself a little susceptible to injury this season. But when he's playing and he's on song, he's fantastic. He's a really, really lovely player to watch. He's elegant. When he drives at players with the ball, he's a goal threat. You get the ball out to Luke and he gets it at his feet, and you just feel like something's going to happen. So it's going to be key now we keep him fit for the running. We work on his all-round fitness in the summer. When I say his all-round fitness, I mean his conditioning, and hopefully keep him injury-free. And what a player we have on our hands at the football club. He's absolutely terrific, and he's very much the heart and soul of the club, as everybody knows. So.
Obviously on the pitch, everything's still going very, very well. 22 games unbeaten, as you point out, but also quite an important week for the club off the pitch with the Evening with Barry Fry event this coming week.
Yeah, it is important because the club doesn't run on thin air, and there's a lot of overheads at the moment why things are not ideal in terms of our ground arrangements, i.e. being out of the town. and everybody is working incredibly hard to keep the club afloat. And you know, sometimes it needs people who are so involved in the club's inception and were happy to give up time and even money to a degree when the club, you know, started and got going, to come back and do that kind of thing again. And supporting an evening like this is vitally important. Whether you know, it really turns you on coming and listening to Barry Fry or not, the club needs people to get together and have a social event. And I guess the nuts and bolts of it is put your hand in your pocket, because we want to keep things moving at the football club, and it takes cash injection from time to time, and that means supporters of a club like ours, a fan-owned club, you know, going the extra mile and supporting events like these.
Excellent. Well done today, Cole. Thank you.
Cheers.